Welcome back to our lecture series in circuits and networks. So in last class, we were doing some problems in S-domain analysis for an RL circuit. And today we are moving to RC circuit. Even though the basics of RC circuit are already covered in a lecture just 2 or 3 lectures back, I am just trying to bring you back to those concepts in brief. So, this is the basic structure of a basic capacitive circuit, not RC circuit. It is the basic representation of a simple capacitive circuit in time domain. Current is I of t and voltage is V of t. Okay, now we are applying a voltage across this capacitor. What is the current equation? First of all, for deriving the model in S domain, we are always taking the differential form of equation. If it is an inductor, we will take V of t is equal to L di by dt. In inductor, we are initially writing the voltage equation. And in capacitor, for deriving this capacitor model in S domain, we are initially deriving current equation. I of t is equal to C dV by dt. So, I of S is equal to C into differential form in Laplace S V of S minus V0. It's a standard expression. Then I am just opening the brackets. I of S is equal to Cs V of S minus C V of 0. Up to this, everything is okay. Now I am converting this entire equation with voltage in the left hand side. So Cs Vs is equal to I of S plus C V0, and V of S is nothing but 1 by Cs into I of S plus C and C get cancels, V0 by S. So this is the thing. Now I want to implement this model, that is nothing but I am converting from time domain to S domain. I am converting a simple capacitor circuit from time domain to S domain. So in S domain, initially it is V of S. V of t is replaced with V of S. And we are having a current I of t. Now it is capital I of S. For every parameters, while coming from time domain to frequency domain, we are using capital letters. I is capital. Okay. Now I want to implement this equation. V of S is nothing but I of S into 1 by Cs. I of S passing through 1 by Cs. So 1 by Cs represents an impedance because current into impedance or reactance will give voltage. As it is purely capacitive, Z is nothing but square root of R square plus X square, and R is equal to 0, purely capacitive. Then Z is nothing but X itself. So 1 by Cs is nothing but Z or X of a purely capacitive circuit. So now I am representing I of S into 1 by Cs. So I am representing this capacitor's impedance as 1 by Cs. Initially it was C in time domain, but in frequency domain it is 1 by Cs. And not only that, I have to add something else because left side is voltage. This term in right side is also a voltage. So this term should be a voltage source, and that voltage source is represented as V of 0 by S. Okay, V of 0 by S, and its polarity is nothing but plus is given here. So if I am comparing I of S like this I of S should enter at positive. So this voltage source should be like this. The same model is derived in case of inductor. At that time, the second term I0 Ls was having negative polarity. At that time, we connected this battery in reverse manner. That should be also noted. So these things you know already, but I was just trying to remind you again as we are rigorously moving to the problem section of RC circuit. Okay. So this is the representation of a simple capacitor circuit. For R, in time domain and in frequency domain it is R itself, no change. Okay, so now we can move to the problems of this area. Okay, so this is first problem from RC transient circuit that we are solving using S domain analysis. So before that, actually there is one more thing in our syllabus. We can find the I of t and V of t equation by using this S domain analysis. That is, we can find the standard I of t expression by using the S domain analysis. That thing is already done for RL circuit in S domain analysis. You can do the same thing for an RC circuit and you can check whether you are getting the same I of t that you already got in time domain analysis in previous module. So I am not doing that derivation because that is not needed for doing the problems. So now we can do the problems. Okay, this is a simple circuit having a switch that is moved from position A to B at t is equal to 0. And the circuit is having one voltage source, two capacitors and two resistors. Initially, the switch is connected to this position. What happened when the switch is connected to this position? This voltage source is connected to the capacitor through this resistance R, 1 ohm. So I am drawing this figure initially. Voltage source, resistor and capacitor. Capacitor is not shown here. Why? Because at t is equal to 0 minus, that is an instant just before switching, we know that switch is in connection with this voltage source for a long time. So definitely steady state will be established for this capacitor from negative infinity up to the instant of switching, like this. From negative infinity up to the instant just before switching, t is equal to 0 minus, and this is t is equal to 0, this is t is equal to 0 plus. So from negative infinity up to this instant just before switching, the capacitor is connected to 10 voltage source. So it definitely attains steady state. In some problems they will also tell you steady state have been established before switching, but in some problem they will not say. You have to understand that steady state will be attained there. So in steady state, you should remember, in steady state, capacitor act as, what about inductor in last problem? Steady state inductor act as short circuit and capacitor acts as open circuit. So in steady state, capacitor acts as open circuit. The capacitor will not allow sudden change in voltage. But in steady state, it does not have any opposition to voltage. Does not have any opposition to voltage means it acts as open circuit. Okay. So this thing you should keep in your mind throughout these RC problems, whether it is in time domain or in S domain. Okay. Now again, we are coming to this figure. So initially in steady state, just before switching, steady state, it is a steady state condition. So the capacitor acts as open circuit. So 6 farads capacitor act as open circuit initially. 0 minus means initial voltage of 6 farad capacitor just before switching, negative, t is equal to 0 minus just before switching. So now please analyze what will be the voltage that appearing across this capacitor, as this is 10 volt and no current is passing through the circuit, no current is passing through the 1 ohm resistor, so no loss is there. If current is passing through the 1 ohm resistor, some voltage will get dropped here. But in this case, no current is passing through this resistor, so no drop. So entire 10 voltage will be appearing this side, will be replicated at this side, no loss in the 1 ohm resistor. So this will be 10 volt itself. That is this point. V6F 0 minus just before switching is 10 volt. And I 0 minus, is there any current passing through? I 0 minus, is there any current passing through this circuit now? No, because open circuit is there. At steady state, capacitor acts as open circuit. So, I 0 minus is 0 ampere. Then what about this 3F? I am just asking you. What about this 3F farad? Because initially this switch is connected to this only. So, no voltage will be there in this 3F for a long time. 0 volt. Now this is the main area of the problem where I am going to draw at t is equal to 0 plus. In S domain, I am going to draw the figure in S domain. Anyhow, from the initial conclusions I have made in this lecture, we know that a capacitor in S domain should be represented by 1 by Cs. If a initial voltage is there, we have to connect the voltage in series with that. Okay. So, if the switch is moved to this position at t is equal to 0 plus, after switching, switch is in position P. What are the components? 6F, 1 ohm, 3F. This is the circuit. So 1 ohm, no change whether it is in time domain or frequency domain. A resistor will not have any change. 1 ohm. Then for this capacitor, it is 6F capacitor. So we have to draw 1 by 6S, 1 by CS in S domain. It is okay. And this is a 3F capacitor. It is 1 by 3S. That is also okay. Both the reactants are marked, or impedance of both the capacitors are marked in S domain. Now, what about the initial voltage? What was the equation? Capacitor 1 by Cs should be connected in series with the initial voltage, and that equation was V0 by S. Just before 5 or 10 minutes I was explaining this. Don't forget. Okay, so I am going to connect a voltage source. Okay. I am going to connect a voltage source in positive polarity. And is there any voltage source here? No, because 3F volt capacitor is not having any initial voltage, 0 volt. So no need to connect a voltage source there. If it is having an initial voltage like this capacitor having, we have to connect that also like this. And its equation is V0 by S. What is V0? 10. So it is 10 by S. And in this capacitor, no initial voltage, so no battery. Okay. Now, I am going to write the KVL in S domain. KVL in S domain. Okay. What is the KVL equation? I am considering like in this direction, and this is I of S. It is entering in negative of this voltage, minus 10 by S into I of S is not needed because it is a voltage. Okay, in KVL voltage we have to write like this only. It's a voltage source. This is a capacitance, so it's impedance into current, that is 1 by 6S into I of S. We are considering that this is as plus because current is entering at plus for any passive components. This also, suppose this is plus. Plus 1 into I of S, that is I of S itself. Plus 1 by 3S into I of S, that is equal to 0. I hope everybody know KVL well, because if any passive component is there, you can just mark plus plus. And if battery is there, check whether the arrow mark of the current is entering in negative or positive. If it is negative, you have to write like minus. If it is positive, you have to give plus here. For all the other components, you have just to mark plus only. Okay. Now please rearrange. I of s into 1 by 6s plus 1 plus 1 by 3s is equal to 10 by s. Okay. So let me find the LCM. I of s into 6s 1 plus 6 into 6s plus 1 plus it's 1 now. I of s 1 by 3s into I of s. Okay. So that is equal to 10 by s. Then I of s is equal to 10 by s into 6s by 6s plus 3. That is equal to 60 by 6s plus 3. If I am taking 6 outside, what will be this? 10 by s plus 0.5. This is I of s. I of s you already obtained. Then how we can find I of t? How we can find I of t? I of t is nothing but L inverse of I of s. L inverse of I of s. So what is the inverse? If I am writing I of t here, please check. I of t is equal to 10 into 1 by s plus a, e raised to minus at, e raised to minus 0.5, a is 0.5 into t. This is the final answer. So please go to the top side. Okay, hope you understood this very well, and we will see some problems in RLC circuit in next class, and then we will solve the same problems with AC circuit in upcoming classes. So hope you enjoyed this session. I am giving some assignment also as a part of this lecture. You have to derive the I of t equation, standard I of t equation, by drawing the S domain analysis figure, or you can write the KVL first and then transform that to S domain, as like we already did in RL circuit in this module. You have to derive that I of t equation and V of t equation, and you have to cross check that are same or not with your result you already obtained in time domain analysis. Okay, so we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.